Batman Superhero Breakdown.
Batman. Yep, Mr. Bruce Wayne is arguably one of the most popular superheroes in modern times. Originally a gun-using vigilante, actively fighting against police corruption, over time he's evolved from the world's greatest detective to an urban ninja with an extended family. Originally a loner, he soon found a sidekick in orphan Robin, yep, Dick Grayson, with his brightly colored outfit and happy-go-lucky attitude would be a great complement to Batman's dark outfit and broody outlook. Throughout the decades, many more Gotham heroes would swarm to Batman's side, such as multiple Robins, Nightwing, who is actually the original Robin, Batgirl, and Batwoman. Batman's greatest challenge isn't facing the Joker. It's not even still facing the lingering trauma of watching his parents die in front of him. It's something a lot of people can relate to, knowing when to accept help from others. Batman Origins. Batman was formed from the long-term unresolved trauma experienced by a young Bruce Wayne watching his parents being murdered by a petty thief, and was born when he realized that the fear would do more to control criminals than the law ever could. Sitting alone in the dark, dwelling on these thoughts, Bruce Wayne only needed a framing device for his crime-fighting antics. As he was pondering which theme to use, a bat broke through a nearby window answering the question for him. Batman's powers. Batman has two powers, which all of his abilities stem from. His mental discipline and his vast fortune, both inherited by his parents. Batman is prepared for almost any occasion. He even knows how to take the Justice League down if needed. Constantly in peak physical condition due to a strict training regimen, and trained in both forensics and crime scene analysis, Batman truly is the world's greatest detective. Batman is also a master of several martial arts, combining them all to make his own unique fighting style. He's also a student of psychology, using his knowledge to frighten and capture criminals. Batman Equipment. Bruce Wayne utilizes his billions of dollars to research and develop Bat-themed equipment, from his protective Batsuit to his constantly redesigned Batmobile. Although there are many different eras and universes in which Batman is active, he usually has a grappling hook, a cape which enables him to glide, and bat-shaped boomerangs, known as batarangs. Another less well-known use of his money can be seen in funding of several free medical clinics throughout Gotham, as well as his many social programs, mainly geared toward at-risk youth and ex-offenders. Batman Allies. Batman's group of close and extended allies are often referred to as the Bat Family. There has been at least 5 Robins, all of whom are still allies to this day. There's also Batgirl and Batwoman, who are 2 different characters. Information and research is usually done by Oracle, a former Batgirl, and Alfred, Bruce's butler and father figure. Being one of the founders of the Justice League, Batman can count on them among his allies as well. Back in the early days when the Gotham Police Department was almost overrun by corruption, Batman formed an uneasy alliance with the only honest cop he could find, a policeman by the name of James Gordon. Over time, their uneasy alliance turned into trust, if not friendship. Batman also has an on-again, off-again romantic relationship with the anti-heroine known as Catwoman. Batman Villains. Batman has a wide array of villains set against him. More so than any other superhero, Batman's foes are often reversals of his heroic traits. Let's look at his most famous foe, the Joker. Batman's superhuman levels of discipline and dedication to non-lethal takedowns is mirrored by Joker's love of chaos and murder. While Batman has trust issues and has slowly gathered allies to surround himself with, Joker trusts nobody, not even himself, and creates a gang every time he escapes from prison. Batman believes in the inherent good in people, hence his non-lethal takedowns, whereas Joker believes that everybody is just one bad day away from becoming unhinged. Excuse me. Oswald Cobblepot, the villain known as Penguin, is a reversal of Bruce's willingness to use his wealth to improve society. Both Batman and Penguin inherited their family's wealth, but Penguin just wants to collect more and more money. Although he rarely admits it, Penguin's main goal appears to be that he wants to own more money than Batman. And then there's Edward Nygma, the Riddler. who is the polar opposite of Batman in that he uses his vast intellect to commit crimes, whereas Batman uses his to solve them. One thing that they both have in common is that they're psychologically incapable of not using their thematic gimmicks. Batman's not going to stop being Bat-themed anytime soon, just as the Riddler can't stop leaving riddles at crime scenes, usually for Batman himself. Batman has many other infamous foes as well, such as Bane, Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, Man-Bat, Black Mask, and Clayface. Although many of his foes have a deep hatred of Batman, some, such as the Riddler and Clayface, have actually joined him in his fight against crime, and yes, this was very temporarily. Batman, common themes. The most common theme in the most popular Batman stories is psychology. It's long been said that the only way that Bruce will retire from being Batman is if he gets help and learns to move on from his past. In his early days, police corruption was a major theme of the comic. This is the reason Batman even exists. After all, realizing that the police are unwilling to do their job due to being paid off by criminals, he decided to step up to the plate and do it himself. Batman, culture impact. It could be argued that Batman has had more of a social impact than any other superhero, possibly because of the Bat family. While Superman is probably the most well-known superhero of all time, Spider-Man is probably the most beloved, the Bat family run the whole gamut of demographics. If you're a young female, there's Batgirl. If you're a young male, there's Robin. If you're a young adult, there's Nightwing and Batgirl, and so on. Superman is notoriously difficult to write for, and many fans view Spider-Man as being for teens and young adults. This of course doesn't make either character inferior to Batman, it just means that their social impact isn't as far-reaching because it's not as likely to resonate with as many people. The Batman, Arkham. The Batman Arkham series also made superheroes a viable video game genre. Before Batman Arkham Asylum, superhero video games were considered poor at worst, derivative at best. Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight film trilogy also created an entire generation of Bat fans, as did Batman the Animated Adventures decades earlier. Batman has been around for over 80 years and being just as relevant as he ever was. He shows no signs of slowing down. That's it for me, guys, but until next time, love the geek. Peace.